Hi, I'm Ashton, and I wanted to do a sort of transition update. I want to talk about I'm almost 9 months on testosterone, and I have top surgery in under a month, so I'm going to go over both of those things. I'm going to do what I normally do for tea updates. I'm going to go through a list of the effects of taking testosterone when you are transmasculine, and talk about what I have experienced, what I haven't experienced, and then I'm going to talk about the upcoming top surgery, what I know, what I'm going to ask at the pre-op, and my plans for recovery. I'm going to show you the footage in a minute of what I believe is my 20th testosterone shot. I just did it. It was not pleasant. I mean, shots in general aren't pleasant, but I'm generally okay with them. This one did make me kind of lightheaded for a few seconds, but I sat down for like 30 seconds and it was fine. So it's not a big deal. I'm fairly decent at giving myself shots at this point. But I have been on testosterone for 266 days, which is 8 months and 3 weeks. So yeah, let's start with testosterone stuff. I'm going to talk about emotional changes as I play the clip. I will be injecting myself though, so I'm going to put a timestamp here of where you can go if you don't want to see me injecting myself, which I totally get. If you do want to hear about my emotional changes through testosterone, you can just close your eyes. And I'll give you a needle warning as well. So I'm going to take this minute or two to talk about the emotional changes that have impacted me while on testosterone, from aggression/irritability to whatever else. Here's me showing off my stretched ears. I'm very happy with them. That's one thing I do want to talk about, is that my confidence has gone way up to do things like, stretch my ears even just a millimeter, or being more myself is a lot easier now that I am on hormones and that it is impacting my physical aspects as well as my mental aspects. Just knowing that I am on hormones even just helps. Knowing that I am getting top surgery soon, it's changed my life, and I can't even describe how happy I am now compared to how I was. I have become a little bit more irritable since starting testosterone, and that is, because of the hormones, but it's not that much of a bother to me. I mean, of course, I don't like being irritable, but I can handle it fairly well, and it's not really that much of an issue. I haven't been that aggressive either. I've never been an aggressive person. I'm mostly a pacifist, so it hasn't impacted me really emotionally in any negative ways. I've simply become more comfortable with myself and a lot happier. So, yeah, emotionally, hormones have been an incredible thing for me, and I'm going to move on to the physical changes. Bye. So those are all the emotional changes I've experienced, and here is a list of all of the physical changes that testosterone can bring about, what I've experienced, what I haven't, etc. As always, the first one on the list is increased libido, which, yes, has happened. I don't think it's been any more than the past 6 months, but you can ask my boyfriend about that. But yeah, libido has changed. I hate it, mostly because I'm very dysphoric, and I feel like it'll be better once I have top surgery, but there's no guarantees or anything, but I'll keep you updated on that. Next one is redistribution of body fat. This I have not noticed really barely, which makes sense, as this does generally start 6 to 9 months into hormone therapy, and I'm just hitting the 9-month mark. Plus, I did start on a very low dose. I'm on mostly a normal dose now. It's still lower, but I am a small person and I'm young, so I totally get that, and I will have to wait longer for fat redistribution, but I still have thick thighs and a butt. I do think that my shoulders have gotten broader. A few people have mentioned that to me, and I don't really see it, but comparing pictures of me before testosterone to now, I do think that my shoulders have gotten wider, which is nice. The next one is cessation of menstruation. This is a complicated one, and I could make a whole nother video on this. I've talked about my menstruation before. As of right now, I've been on Depo-testosterone for almost 9 months, and I have been on Depo-Provera for almost 3 months. Depo-Provera is a birth control shot that you get every 3 months. So it is a birth control, but it also is infamous for screwing up your period. And what it's supposed to do is stop your period, but for a lot of people, they do bleed heavily. For me, testosterone after 7 months had not stopped my period. And that is one of the things that I was really looking for out of it, because my period is something that gives me a shit ton of dysphoria. So it didn't stop my period, and it still hasn't. So being on Depo, I was off my period for 2 months, which was nice. And then it came back for 7 or 8 days. Then it stopped for 3 days and it came back for like just 12 hours. So that was weird. And honestly, having a irregular period is almost worse than having a regular period. I'm sorry if you can hear the train. I would much rather know when it's coming and be prepared than like go to the bathroom and just be like, oh, not this again. Because every time it finishes, I'm like, this has got to be the last one. This has got to be over now. The depot's got to start working. Both of the depots testosterone and the Depo-Provera. But it keeps coming back. So, hopefully the longer that I am on Depo-Provera, the less frequent that'll get. Increased sweat and changes in body odor. I do sweat more easily, but I've always sweated very easily because I get hot really quickly. I hate being hot. I hate sweating. It is sensory hell for me, but I do sweat easily and I hate that. I haven't really noticed if the smell's any different, but I also wear deodorant like daily, so I don't smell all that often. I assume it would be different at this point. I'm not sure. But prominence of veins and coarser skin is another one. My skin is definitely coarser, particularly on my face, where like baby peach fuzzes are coming in, plus acne. I do think my hands are like veinier / more masculine, but I talked about that in like the 3-month video. That was one of the first changes I noticed, and it hasn't changed much since then. Acne. Oh boy, my acne just won't stop. I had bad acne through my first puberty, and now that this is happening, I am getting it again. I am on a prescription cream to help it. And it does help. It's a lot better when I use it, but I'm also very bad at consistently taking care of my skin. So I do, as you can see, have some acne. I don't have as many blackheads as I used to. It's mostly just full-on acne. And the other thing, like another intersection that I have with that, is I do have dermatillomania. So I pick at my skin a lot, and that does not help with the acne. I do work really hard to combat my dermatillomania as best I can, but sometimes it is just unavoidable. Now, deepening of the voice. This is a cool one always. So I think it was my 7th month video that I left a pause for me to insert a clip of my voice pre-T, but I didn't insert the clip. So I'm just sitting there for like, yeah, it's awkward. So I'm just gonna play it from my phone now instead of editing it in, because I will forget. So you've been hearing my voice through this video. It does get higher when I'm around Jack or when I'm excited, but this is like generally where my voice is when I'm talking relaxedly.
I've never posted a public video before, but I have 1 subscriber, and I'm so honored. No, I literally that in the future. For now, I'm just gonna do whatever I want, I suppose, just because there's no one really watching.
So that was my voice pre-T. I feel like almost the tone has changed more than the depth. Like, the depth definitely has changed. You can definitely hear a difference between that and my voice now. But I feel like I have, like, a somewhat more rusty tone in there somewhere. I don't know how to describe it. Maybe one of you can do it better, but there's definitely a difference. I have been getting a lot of voice cracks recently. In Marching Men, we sing a lot, and I sing in music theory class, too. And oh boy, do I get voice cracks. So that's definitely a thing that's happening, and my voice probably will continue to change for quite a while as I am on like a gradually increasing dose of testosterone. Growth of facial and body hair. This is also a really exciting one for me. I have like a very light mustache if you look at it, and I hate mustaches so much, but I'm too lazy to shave and I don't have any shaving equipment. I have a few dark chin hairs as well, although I'm not sure if you can see them, and peach fuzz like pretty much everywhere. But it is very light. And then the body hair aspect, my legs have gotten a lot hairier, which I love. And I know that's like kind of a weird thing, but when I presented more femininely, I never even shaved my legs then, but my hair was just transparent. And now that you can actually see like hair on my legs, I'm just like, yes, changes are happening. So I appreciate that that's a thing. I also have a little bit of hair on my tummy, which I talked about last time, but you couldn't see it in pictures or on camera, but I managed to get a picture of it, and I will put it here if I remember, and don't forget to edit it in, Ashton. But yeah, I have some like trailing down from my belly button and a little bit up from my belly button, and I love it. I've always thought that was like a really cute thing on guys, and I was always jealous of that. And I do think it will continue to get darker, but right now it's just like very light and dainty. So male pattern baldness is another thing that's on the list. I haven't experienced that. I think my hairline may have gone to a bit of a more masculine shape, but I don't really know. Also, I know my hair is a mess, okay? I'm getting a haircut soon. Please forgive me. I'm not all that worried about that. And if I do start losing my hair, whatever, I'm really not that bothered. Bottom growth is also a thing. I've said before that it's not a thing that I'm very comfortable talking about. I will talk to like people that I know personally, particularly my boyfriend, about it, but it's not really something I'm comfortable sharing on this channel just because it is about my genitals. But clitoral growth is a thing that happens on testosterone, and it is a thing that is happening for me. One thing that could happen to some trans guys on T is like shrinkage of the breasts because of fat redistribution, but as I said, I haven't experienced much fat redistribution at all, so that hasn't happened. But I am getting top surgery soon, so that will like clear out the boob area. And that is a good segue into the next part of this video of my transition update, top surgery. So my top surgery date is December 16th, which is also the day after the next Star Wars movie comes out. And I am pretty sure that I'm seeing that with my boyfriend and his family literally the day before surgery. So I'm going to go into surgery just like, yes, please put me under. I'm in emotional pain from watching Rey be a badass. The day this video goes up, I will be 21 days out from top surgery, 3 weeks to the day. My pre-op appointment is on the 27th, so that is next Monday, and I will make a video about that probably next Thursday. No guarantees though. But yeah, it is getting close. I am very excited, and I'm going to tell you a little bit about the type of surgery that I'm getting. So my chest is kind of on the cusp between being able to get buttonhole and not, but not is kind of the safer option because I am larger chested, and especially because I'm young, DI has existed for longer, and it's the option that I've seen more results for with my surgeon. So yes, I will have scars, but I'm honestly not too bothered about that. One thing that I'm a little bit concerned about with surgery is that my mom doesn't really want me sharing that much online about it. She knows I have this channel, but I don't think she really knows the extent to which that I put my effort into this and the extent to which that I hope this can help people and be a resource for other transmasculine people or non-binary people. So I'm going to try to make videos like 1 week post-op and maybe even the day of, because I'll have a ton of time to edit. I'll be able to do that. My boyfriend has offered to film for me, but of course he can't be there 24/7, and I don't think my mom would film for me, but she is going to be my caretaker for the week after surgery when I won't be able to do all that much, including, set up a camera. So I don't know how much video I will have. I'll do whatever I can, of course, and I'll know more leading up to surgery. But if you do want to keep updated on surgery, the best place would probably be Twitter or Instagram. The Instagram story I know I'll be using after surgery, and Twitter I always use, so I'll probably make like a surgery recovery thread or whatever. So if you do want to keep up with that, feel free to follow either of those. I hate self-promoting, but if you do want to like guaranteed have updates on how I'm doing after surgery, that would definitely be the best place to go. And I can answer questions there as well, which is like convenient. I do believe I will be getting drains because it is double incision, and I'm pretty sure that my surgeon does that, but of course I'll confirm that. Ow. Guys, I just like slammed my hand down on my leg where I just gave myself a shot. But of course I'll confirm that at the pre-op call. I also think I'm getting liposuction, as there's breast tissue like up to the armpit area, and if you don't remove that, it can look a bit odd after top surgery. And because my chest is larger, that will need to be removed if I am to look cis enough. Oh, I haven't talked about the nipple. So, I don't want to say most, but a large majority of people that get top surgery do nipple grafts, which is essentially they slice off your nipple, they do the chest reconstruction, then they slice off wherever you want your nipple, place the nipple on, and let it heal. The thing with that is that nerves are very slow to regrow and you won't have the same sensation. It's difficult to heal, they can fall off, there's complications with them. So the kind I'm getting, which is buttonhole, they keep the nerve attached to the nipple as they're doing reconstruction. I do think that they do size down the areola, that's another thing I'll ask. So the nerve stays attached through the surgery, and they are going to be on a different place on my chest. They will have a bit more flesh behind them, and of course they'll still scab, there will still be a lot of healing going on. But for me, it's the option that I'm more comfortable with. I also have like a long shopping list of things that I need to get. or need to find and have within arm's reach of my bed before top surgery. I might do a video on that closer to the actual date. If you do want to see that, then let me know. I would be happy to do that. The date's getting really close, guys. I really never thought I would be getting top surgery until, like, I had moved out, been, like, through most of college at least. And I'm extremely lucky and extremely privileged, and I owe so much to my therapist and my parents, and even just you guys for helping me be more comfortable in who I am. I am happier than I've ever been. I am so excited for top surgery. I'm genuinely not even that nervous. I'm more nervous about recovery and going back to school 3 weeks after. I trust my surgeon. Also, one of the, like, techs, nurses there is a trans guy that works for her because he got surgery from her and was so in love with it that he was like, I gotta help other trans dudes. Which I thought was, like, the coolest thing when I went there for my consultation. I'm done ranting about top surgery. I am so excited. If you have any questions on, like, whatever, I'm a fairly open book. There are some boundaries, though, just, you know. I trust you guys. Goodbye. I hope you have a day where you feel great in your body, and I will talk to you later, maybe.